Hello, everybody. It's Sophia Mona Lisa of the Roseville Mystery School and the Golden Ray Center. And wow, this morning, which is the morning of June 14th, it's a Friday, has been such an incredible morning for me. I was not intending to put together this video journal for you. And so I'm excited to share what I experienced this morning, which has led to this video journal. And let me say, it's Friday morning. These are the mornings, Monday mornings and Friday mornings, that I go out to the ranch to work with the horses. I'm up at 5:30 to be there by 8, get home, usually by 11, done around 10:30 or so, done by 11. So in that period of time this morning, wow, so much has come through to me. So much has been gifted to me. You're going to understand all of this. But the big thing that has allowed everything that I've experienced this morning is this incredible Mercury Superior Conjunction that is in the sky today. The Mercury Superior Conjunction is when Mercury and the sun come together in the sky, right above the horizon. It's the first of the 4 events that are indicating to us that we are being initiated into a whole new Mercury synodic cycle. What's fabulous about the initiation of this Mercury synodic cycle, I'm just feeling so overwhelmed, so the Mercury Superior Conjunction happened in Gemini, or is happening in Gemini. And this is the second Mercury synodic cycle for the fire element years. I just did a whole video on the upgrading of frequencies for the fire element. I will include a link to it at the very end. And this second Mercury synodic cycle in the fire element is in Leo. I'm so excited because, of course, that ties back to the Venus synodic cycle journey that we're in the midst of now. The Leo divine royalty goddess Venus synodic cycle. We're still in that second of the 4 phases. We're still in that Inanna underworld, and we are on the upswing from when Venus and the sun came together conjunct. And now here we are. The sun is moving up and is conjuncting Mercury, the cosmic messenger. My mind is just like whoosh. It's like no boundaries. And you're going to understand why when I show you what's happening today in the sky with this Mercury Superior Conjunction that is facilitating this phenomenal, and I mean phenomenal, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point, expansion in our consciousness, okay? In your consciousness, in humanity's consciousness. This is just hopefully gonna knock you over with a feather. So speaking of feathers, let me dive into what happened this morning. That was a part of my expansion in consciousness related to these events. So I'm feeling a tickle. Let me get a quick swallow here of my electrolytes. Pardon me. Here we go. Okay. So I'm sitting out on the balcony having my morning coffee with the sun. I've mentioned in a recent, I think it was the fire element upgrade video, how I've got this ritual now, and it's very sacred, where I'm sitting out there consciously engaging, communing with the sun as he's rising. And I have lived here where I am now 7 years. I frequently will see either a male cardinal or a female cardinal. I frequently hear them singing back and forth. I have never seen the male and female cardinal in the same location. One's always over here and one's always over there, and they're singing to each other. Well, because I'm up on the balcony, right in front of me is the covered parking for the residents, and it's got this variegated roof on it. This morning, on top of that variegated roof, again, which I've never seen any birds, much less cardinals, a male and a female bird, a cardinal, walking across the top of this variegated roof for the covered parking. And I knew instantly, whoosh, this is a huge message coming in from my soul. And I was just so giddy over seeing both the male and the female cardinals. They were so beautiful. And of course, as they're traipsing along, they're singing to each other. And I immediately, obviously your mind goes to, with cardinals, for many people, oh, I'm getting a spirit visitation. No, I knew it was more than that. I knew it was a huge soul message. Now, remember, I said Mercury Superior Conjunction in Gemini. Mercury as the cosmic messenger, a message coming in. Gemini, an air element. Birds are messages through the air element. Okay, so already we're starting to get kind of dipping our toes into, woo, something special is going on here. So I knew I had to come in and dig a little deeper into the shamanic medicine for cardinals. And holy smokes, even this just blows my mind, because without taking the time to like highlight and pull out all of the keywords in this little piece around cardinals that have to do with the sun and Mercury, right? The fire element, okay? The sun as the ruler of Leo. So the keywords for Leo that have to do with leadership, just on and on and on. All of these keywords are in here related to exactly this major alchemical event, because remember that the Mercury synodic cycle is highly alchemical. So let me just read it to you. People with the cardinal totem listen to their inner voice and intuition very well. So this is like a second validation for me, because remember, I just recently had that huge encounter with the barred owl. They are capable of tremendous compassion and sensitivity. Red bird totem people possess great initiative. Okay, initiative is very much a fire element keyword, particularly related to the masculine, sacred masculine, right? Think Mars is the sacred masculine, and as the Lord of Aries, fire, okay? And they are often the first in line. Those with the cardinal as their spirit animal are focused, right? Focus, excuse me, like laser kind of focus, all right? Determined to make things happen. They also have a gift for self-promotion, going back to that whole like sun ruling Leo thing, and enjoy taking a leadership role. Again, sun ruling Leo, responsible for managing many projects. That's interesting because that's kind of related to Capricorn. So, people with this totem also know where to start and end projects. They have excellent strategy skills and handle power extremely well. Think about the source as a power, the sun as a power source, and being able to channel the power of the sun that's coming from your inner sun, from your divine self, your divine power. Those with this spirit animal also like new challenges in their lives and are eager to start and tackle new things. So more of this as I talk to what's going on with the aspects. If you come back and reread this, it's going to jump out at you like, whoa. They were really, for me, messengers from my soul regarding what's happening in the sky, not only with the Mercury Superior Conjunction and where it's located, but also the aspects in the sky. And this is just a quick excerpt from this site down here, Carrying Cardinals. All right. So that's why that happened this morning, my encounter with them, which was really magical. Remember, one of the totems of Gemini is like the shapeshifter kind of thing, like, and so these cardinals coming in as even like my I am presence shifting into these cardinals to show up. It's just crazy. All right. So I'm driving back from the ranch now. And I'm doing these I am statements related to abundance and wealth. I had this huge aha recently. If you think about Taurus as a sign ruling the second house, that's second house is all about your resources, your inner resources, your outer resources, your tangible resources, your intangible resource. And of course, if you're thinking about wealth, right, that's a resource, that's a tangible resource. Venus rules Taurus, and they both rule the second house. Venus is known as a prosperity goddess, bringing in, great fortunes. One of the I am statements that I use is I am the great opulence of Sopha-Christ. I am an embodiment of prosperity consciousness. I am the wealth that is flowing into my life and my world and being made visible in my hands for my use. So I've been working with these I am statements. And one of the big ahas I had related to Taurus ruled by Venus and the both of them ruling the second house, bringing it back to fire and sun, is that my Leo, my natal Leo rules that second house. And so, of course, the sun rules Leo. And it's like, whoa, the source of my resources, the source of my wealth, my prosperity, my abundance my opulence is coming through my inner sun, S-U-N, my inner sun, that is an extension of my divine self, my emanation of light from source. It's like, whoa. So I had that aha a few days ago. Actually, quite frankly, when I was for myself personally, when I was that aha was for myself personally, when I was doing all the work about the fire frequency upgrade. I recognize that one of the keywords for the second house that would be an upgraded frequency is infinite supply. And of course, that ties back to my Leo ruling the second house. And who's the Leo, the ruler of Leo's sun? Sun being, again, my source and fueling my infinite supply that's coming directly from the divine through me, coming directly from the great opulence of Sophia-Christ through me. So I had already had that awareness heightening. So I'm in the car driving home from the ranch and I'm doing my I am statements. And all of a sudden, boom, I get this message from my I am self when I started thinking about the sun and the fire element, creating momentum, building the momentum. And I'm consciously thinking, okay, how can I engage this to build the momentum of the manifestation of my prosperity in my world and in my hands for my use? And this is when, boom, the message came in from my higher self that I am the one that is blocking that flow, that infinite supply, abundant flow from my I am self, because there was still a part of me that believed that I needed permission. And immediately that game that I used to play, many of you probably played as kids, Mother May I, right? Mother May I. And came into my mind that there were these subtle energy pockets where I still believed I required permission to receive abundance. And one of the things that one of my childhood experiences that popped into my mind around what probably led to that belief is that as a small kid, very small kid, my sister and I always had household chores to do. And I became aware from the neighborhood kids that they received an allowance. They received an allowance for helping out around the house. And we weren't receiving an allowance. In fact, my parents' perspective, which I understand now, but was not aware of then, was, why do you get an allowance, right? We're providing the house, we're providing the electricity and the food for your meals and the clothes to go to school. You're a member of the family. And so your contribution is to help out with these chores. So why do you need an allowance? But anyhow, I guess we made an argument for it and we started getting a quarter allowance for our weekly chores. So then something happened down the road. I don't remember exactly what the event was. It was either my sister and me, or my sister or me. Whatever we did, whatever we said that was displeasing resulted in having our allowance, not mine, not hers, our allowances taken away. And not for a couple of weeks or a month. They were taken away, full stop, no more allowances. And I realized as like all of this is flowing in as I'm sitting there at the traffic light. And I realized, oh, okay, this is why there are pockets within me that still feel like I have to ask permission. I have to receive permission. I have to be granted permission. I have to be given permission. I require permission, and permission has to be approved. Okay. So I'm using a lot of different words around this concept of, where in your life do you feel like you still require permission? Because different words have different frequencies, and the different frequencies of these different words are going to resonate more with some people than other. And I really want you to be able to tap deep within yourself to find out what is it in your life that you're still waiting to get permission from, that you still feel like you require an outside authority to give you permission. This is huge because you're going to see how it ties into the aspects in the sky. Okay. And so when this whole thing about the game Mother May I and feeling like I required permission and came through, what immediately came in, it was like a holographic download of all of this. What I immediately received is that because there are these parts of me that still feel like they require permission in terms of my relationship with money, right? Money. These were unconscious energy blocks which goes back to how I have been stopping or blocking up the flow, the pipeline from source to me, right? When we hear flow as a word, we automatically go to the water element. And so that's why I loved this image, because you can see the water's coming into the pipe, but boop, there it is, it's blocked. And so only a little trickle of this water compared to all this big abundant source of water is able to get through. And what I am here to tell you, which I love, is whether you are blocking your own flow of abundance in terms of the manifestation of money or wherever else in your life, you still feel like you're requiring permission, and so it's blocking an aspect of your life. Today's Mercury Superior Conjunction is clearing the blocks, and it's clearing it from your entire multi-dimensional field. It's clearing it from your quantum field. I use those terms interchangeably, right? This is a huge gift from source, a huge gift from the cosmic messenger. It's just incredible. You're going to see it's a huge gift from the Divine Mother, because we know the water element relates to the Divine Mother. You're going to see how flipping phenomenal, right? This expansion in consciousness has been for me, and how you're going to experience an incredible expansion in consciousness in your own life related to where these blocks are getting cleared out for you. All right. So here's the chart. This is unbelievable, but we should know by now it's totally believable, right? So here's Mercury and the Sun. They're up here in the 10th house. I'll get to that in a minute, in Gemini. And they're a part of a stellium. On one side, they have the star Capella, and on the other side, they've got Venus, right? The goddess of money, the goddess of love, right? The ruler of Taurus, which has to do with, receiving from life, being grounded onto this planet and receiving all of the pleasures of the life that this planet has to give to you, including your own fire, right? Your Kundalini, right? So that is incredible. And look at what it's doing. It's creating a mutable grand cross in the sky. So it is standing across the sky. This is incredible. The galactic center. The galactic center being the heart of our Milky Way galaxy, through which everything from the multi-galactic cosmic field is flowing through to our entire galaxy, right? The sun, the heart of our solar system, everything, all of that flow of abundant energy coming from through the sun into our entire solar system, our inner sun, our divine self, everything coming in from source through our inner sun, through our divine source, standing across from the galactic center, which is also whole new light codes, higher frequency light codes that have never been within this galaxy before. And who's standing near the galactic center? Yeshua retrograde, your inner Christ in Capricorn, right? Grounded on that top of that mountain. And they're in the 4th house. Again, grounding you. This is your whole new energetic taproot. And this sacred work that's being done, 10th house, by this mutable grand cross is clearing the blocks in your multidimensional quantum field. All of those energy blocks where you still feel like you have to ask for permission, where you require permission, okay? We don't require permission for anything because we are embodiments of the divine. We are embodiments of Sophia-Christ. We require no permission. That is a flippin' psyop, right? Let me go back. Gemini, psyop, mind control. It's being cleared out. Whew. Where's the other part of this mutable grand cross? Look at this. From Virgo to Pisces, this path of Sophia-Christ. This Gemini Sagittarius axis, that's the path of the quest mate. And so questing, right, is looking for spiritual truths, right? When I was sitting there engaging those I am statements and having the contemplation about how I could ramp up the momentum of the abundance showing up in my life, right? That's the path of the quest mate. Always seeking. Here we've got the path of Sophia-Christ. No wonder Yeshua is involved in this. Now, you'll notice that the orb of degrees from Capella to Venus is 22 to 27 degrees, okay? That's a 5-degree orb. Now, down here where the galactic center is, even though Yeshua crosses over from Sagittarius to that first degree of Capricorn, that's still a 5-degree orb. It's very much in play. And so what we see here is, 27 degrees, 27 degrees within that 5-degree orb. There you've got 28 and 29. And so you've got Lilith and the moon, the divine mother, the goddess of sovereignty, and the divine mother standing together at less than 1 degree in Virgo, an earth element in the first house. Who you know yourself to be. I know myself to be a sovereign individual that no longer has to ask permission. I no longer have to say, Mother, may I? Because a mother, from her deep love, joyously gives and gives and gives to her child. And they are standing across from Neptune in Pisces, right? Pisces representing that unified source consciousness. The source, God, goddess, sacred feminine, sacred masculine, Sophia-Christ, however you want to relate to it, is going to give to you through your own pipeline, right? That golden ray that comes down from your I am presence and anchors here near your Christ heart. That pipeline, it's going to give. You don't have to ask permission. This Sophia-Christ pathway, this path of the quest mate is saying, here, please take what I'm offering. Don't say, oh, no, I'm not worthy. No, I can't. Because this mutable grand cross, the effect of this mutable grand cross, and remember what grand crosses do, they give you a whole new platform upon which to stand. They give you access to infinite timelines, right? Access to the infinite reality. And especially with the mutable grand cross, they end things to begin something else. They change things into something else. I no longer require permission. I no longer have to ask, Mother, may I? I no longer have to wait to receive approval in order to receive the abundance of who I am as a divine being, in order to receive the great opulence of who I am as an embodiment of Sophia-Christ. This is just incredible. And all that coming in through the galactic center, through your divine pipeline, it is there. You just have to say yes to it. Yes. Now, some of you may be wondering, ooh, is this some shadow piece that I need to work on? And of course, the lower mind here in its own sign, Gemini, might be feeling like, ooh, this is something I got to work on, right? Even just this little bit of Capricorn frequencies coming in here could be like, oh, this is going to be hard work, right? No, because I'm going to show you how through the grace, right? Neptune and Pisces, the grace of the divine mother, you can handle this effortlessly. Okay. Now, the other piece that's huge here, coming back to this analogy of the water element clearing out these blocks in your field, in your quantum field, is this grand air trine. Okay. Sedna, she is the divine mother. She is a divine mother that's highly associated with the water element because she is the mother goddess of the ocean. The Inuit people pray to her when they require food, sustenance, resources, abundance from the ocean, and she sends it. The moon, the divine mother, again. Here's Pluto in Osiris, in Aquarius, the quantum field, your multi-dimensional self. You've got the inner Christ, you've got the cosmic Christ. And what are they doing? Between Sedna and Pluto, remember, they're two sides of the same coins in terms of the transformative alchemy, and Sedna then taking that alchemical transformation to transmute whatever you have into a higher frequency resource for you to use. Lots of resource words here in this discussion. And then what is Jupiter doing? Expanding it, expanding it, expanding it exponentially. This trine here, everything being expanded exponentially into higher and higher and higher frequencies, greater and greater and greater fields. Incredible. So there's a lot of water element built into this grand air trine that is also about this phenomenal expansion of consciousness. Air element is consciousness, okay? Especially the Aquarian fields, higher consciousness. And now look here, Sedna. Remember, I already told you, she's a divine mother that is totally a water element divine mother embodiment. She's making a semi-sextile, right? Semi-sextile, that is that hand in the glove sacred partnership with Epona in Cancer. Water element coming in here. In the Grand Cross, water element coming in here. Neptune as the ruler of Pisces, water. Moon as the ruler of Cancer, water. There's layers and layers and layers of water being built in to unblock that quantum field, okay? We're going to look at the horse medicine of Epona in Cancer in a little bit. I want you to see right here that Sedna and Jupiter are also making that semi-sextile, right? That hand in the glove working with the sacred masculine, Mars in Taurus. Now, this is incredible because we've got three aspects of the sacred masculine engaged in this whole chart here. We've got the inner Christ, we've got the cosmic Christ, and we've got the sacred masculine. And of course, what is the role of the sacred masculine? To serve and support the sacred feminine. Virgo over here, right? The anchor point for the Grand Cross, another anchor point, right? Because they're so closely aspect the 0 degrees of Libra, which is why it's there, pulled in. The anchor point of the grand air trine. These are absolutely these two major aspects, the Grand Cross, the mutable Grand Cross, and the grand air trine are linked. This is a strong link. It's not going to break, okay? So this is huge. And I can't remember what I was going to say about this, but in Virgo, Virgo is all about service to the sacred feminine, service to the sacred feminine through the grand air trine, service to the sacred feminine through the Grand Cross, aspects of the feminine, the divine mother, Lilith, the goddess of sovereignty, Venus, the sacred feminine, Sedna, Epona, Okay, all of this sacred feminine energy showing up that's being served in the manifestation of these aspects that this Mercury superior conjunction is doing for us, right? 10th house, that it is helping us to master. It's the sacred work of these aspects by, again, the inner Christ, the cosmic Christ, and the sacred masculine. Just phenomenal, just phenomenal. And so let me show you quickly before I get into some of these other parts a little deeper. This star Capella that is a part of this stellium with the Mercury Superior Conjunction. Okay. This is the ancient constellation that Capella right here is a part of. It's known as Auriga, and there's a whole myth around who Auriga is from the Greeks. If you want more information on that, which I'm not going to go into here, but I highly recommend this book. It's called The Lost Zodiac, 22 Ancient Star Signs. It's by Catherine Tennant. Incredibly fascinating myths around this constellation known as Auriga, also known as the Charioteer. Now, regarding the light codes and the frequencies related to this star Capella that are coming in, I love this because from Pegasus products, again, related to this star, they call it family relationships. Now, let me tell you why I find this fascinating, okay? In this chart of this axis of the Grand Cross, the stellium is in the 10th house. This 10th house is ruled by Capricorn. And Yeshua, who's very much a part of this Grand Cross, just happens to be right over the threshold of Capricorn. Now, where Epona is in Cancer, this Cancer Capricorn axis has to do with the path of family, home, and community. So we're definitely receiving frequencies of the Cancer Capricorn axis through the Divine Mother here, through Epona in Cancer, through Capella, and this whole stellium being in the 10th house ruled by Capricorn, from Yeshua being in Capricorn. Lots of frequencies from this Cancer Capricorn axis that are really blending in to this. So the fact that Pegasus calls Capella family relationships, I just find that synchronicity highly compelling and highly interesting. What Pegasus says about the frequencies of Capella is that it gives significant assistance to the physicalization of spiritual understanding, a way of bringing it into form that is practical and can be applied well in the world. Okay, a lot of that are also is keywords for Capricorn. I'm not going to take the time to pull them out to show them here to you, but you can trust me on that. Remember what I was contemplating when all of this started flowing in. I was contemplating, how can I use the sun and the fire element to build the momentum for my abundance, my opulence to come into my world, in my life, and manifest in my hands for my use. I mean, even these star frequencies coming in as a part of this message from the cosmic messenger. Okay. The next thing it says here is it enhances the formation of creative ideas that can be transmitted and communicated. That's all about Mercury. That's what Mercury does. It's in this stellium with Mercury. Between people as love, deeper compassion, and understanding. These ideas of love, deeper compassion, and understanding have to do with the sacred feminine, right? Venus here as the ruler of Taurus, as the ruler of the second house that has to do with these resources, as the goddess of love, deeper compassion and understanding. Here we go. This Neptune in Pisces, deeper compassion, deeper understanding, right? Understanding, clarity, Sagittarius. It's just incredible how all of this is tying together. Now, what I'm being reminded of here, real quick before I move back to that, is that I said to you early on how this phenomenal expansion of consciousness is also being facilitated because there are no boundaries. Everything is merging together. Neptune in Pisces, no boundaries, right? That flow is able to go wherever it needs to go. There is nothing blocking the flow. Neptune in Pisces, 7th house, across from the 1st house, knowing yourself in relationship to this infinite supply of the divine flow. Phenomenal, just absolutely a phenomenal expansion of consciousness. Okay. All right. What else does it say here? It is also helpful in strengthening family connections and family ties. Now, why is that important in relationship to what we're discussing? Think about it. What is the percent of divorces in our country, the United States, and probably worldwide? I think it's over 50% by now. And what is the number one reason for divorce? Usually it comes down to money issues, and it comes down to how to communicate about the money issues and other issues that you're having within the relationship. Okay. So that's pretty interesting there. And also, it is helpful in promoting an awareness of past life connections within one's biological family that can improve one's relationship. Remember, I had that glimpse of that childhood experience about what the source, or one of the sources of this belief that I still needed to get permission or ask permission or required permission came from, right? That came from an event within my biological family. All right. So you never know how these frequencies are going to manifest themselves in terms of how they are communicating with you. All right, so that's the Capella influence in that stellium in the mutable grand cross. Okay, so the next thing I want to point to here is this Epona in Cancer. Right, I didn't put the semi-sextile lines here because it would get a little difficult to read, but just reminding you that this Jupiter-Sedna conjunction in Gemini is making the semi-sextile to Epona in Cancer and the semi-sextile to Mars in Taurus. And so what does that mean? That means that Epona and the sacred masculine are flowing their energies into this grand air trine, right? It is a very sacred partnership to help with this this new stabilizing effect of what this mutable grand cross is bringing you as it changes, the old into this new in terms of the consciousness, because it's an air trine, grand air trine. So let's look at Epona in Cancer. Notice that she is also in the 10th house, right? So again, a part of this sacred work of what's happening here with this Mercury Superior Conjunction. And notice that the sacred masculine is in the 8th house. Okay, that's going to become significant. All right. So Epona in Cancer is that medicine is known as the keeper of the mysteries wisdom. This is another manifestation of the divine mother. This is the ancient mare-headed goddess, right, of Demeter, the mother goddess that has this ancient mare-headed goddess form, okay? A figure so ancient and mysterious, she was almost lost to history. So Demeter meets you in the cave of initiation. Look here. The cave of initiation. Pluto retrograde. Cosmic Christ retrograde. Bringing you into your inner cosmic field, your inner quantum field. This is the cave of initiation. Notice that she's up here at 3 degrees, right? But she's not across from. This is not in opposition to the cave of initiation. This is an inconjunct. This is an inconjunct. So how can I be this and that? How can I engage the mare-headed goddess and engage her within my inner cave of initiation, where she is going to help me with expanded consciousness, where she's going to help me have a deeper, more soulful relationship with her and all of the other divine mother aspects within this chart, so that I can know that I no longer have to ask permission. The Mother May I syndrome is gone. And so one of the things that she's doing is she's helping you to face past traumas. Now, was it traumatic, that experience that I had as a child when we had our allowances taken away, and that was it, no more allowance? It wasn't like emotionally traumatic. Was it a big hit? Yeah, it was a big hit. Right? A big hit to my value, to my worth, also keywords to Venus as a ruler of that 2nd house and of resources, and Taurus, right? The inner, what is it that your embodiment? And so what's happening here is, whether it was just a wound, right? A boo-boo that scabbed over, but also recorded a false belief or something really traumatic, what she's helping us to do is to reclaim our power. How we gave our power away when we made these false connections in our belief system. Okay. Who else is helping us reclaim power here? Pluto retrograde, helping us reclaim power. Who else is helping us reclaim power? Mars in Taurus, right? In the 8th house, ruled by Pluto, helping us to reclaim this power. Now, this is the really groovy thing about Mars in Taurus. Here he is, the sacred masculine, helping you to ground, right, within yourself, helping you to learn how to receive and enjoy this abundance, right, Taurus, in your life, helping you to ground in a way that you can reclaim that power so that you can receive without having to ask permission. These are the things that the sacred masculine Mars is helping us to do. And notice that he is at a sextile, right? 60 degrees. BFF. She's at 3 degrees here. You can't see because of the line, but she's close to 3 degrees. He's at 4 degrees. They're working in this sextile. We're BFFs, right? We've got each other's backs to make sure that you are able to restore to yourself and embody within you this flow of abundance that got clogged, that got blocked, that got locked down. Some of you are going to be at different places, right? Are you clogged? Are you blocked? Or are you like locked down? They are helping you with this, right? Now, let's go back to Sedna here. And, you know, Jupiter and she have been conjunct. I don't recall the exact timing, but it happened recently. I would say, when I say recently, I'm going to say around the May timeframe. Okay. But notice that they're in the 9th house. The 9th house ruled by Sagittarius, the 9th house ruled by Jupiter, who is the ruler of Sagittarius, the 9th house, who is the inner guru, the cosmic guru in the 9th house. My divine I am present shared that incredible quantum download to teach me about how I was blocking the flow that has been backing up and backing up and backing up and is ready to burst through the dam, so to speak. All I got to do is take my finger out of the hole and boom, that flow is coming in. Okay. So this is the goddess Sedna. I did a whole video around her ingress into these Gemini frequencies that happened for the first time last year, June, and had not happened since more than 11,000 years. I recently uploaded it beginning of this month to my YouTube channel. So I will put a link in the description box to this. I highly encourage you to watch that video and engage yourself with Sedna as a manifestation of the divine mother frequencies, right? She's making this semi-sextile to Cancer, a divine mother energy ruled by the moon, the divine mother, okay? So I really want you to go back and click on the link in the description box to learn more about her, because she's a powerhouse. She's a powerhouse. Okay, what is the next thing that I want to share with you? I want to speak to you about more about the divine mother. Now, let me bring your attention back to this pathway, this Virgo Pisces pathway that is a part of this mutable grand cross. Remember, that's the path of Sophia-Christ. All right. We are going to be having an eclipse in September on this pathway, very closely conjunct where Neptune in Pisces is in September. Remember the purposes of eclipses. They are aligning humanity to our evolutionary path. Wherever we've meandered off the path, you know, when the GPS said, return to the root, and we thought, oh no, I still want to go down over here and see what's what. The eclipses say, bringing you back to the root. Okay. Now, this ties in, that September eclipse ties into what's happening here with this Mercury in a superior conjunction, including Neptune here on this Sophia-Christ pathway, because this Virgo Pisces pathway is that new eclipse series that's being initiated in September, right near where Neptune is. So I was inspired by Sophia to create a whole new mentorship program around what's happening on this axis. And it's called the Sophia-Christ Mentorship Program. Now, coming back to the Divine Mother piece of this, right? The moon standing across from Neptune here. I mean, they are like just a little bit over a half a degree from an exact conjunction. So the Divine Mother is very much a part of that Sophia-Christ Mentorship Program. Here are some aspects of the Divine Mother that you may be familiar with. Mother Mary, Kuan Yin, and Violet Tara. Now, remember when I said to you, you might be feeling like this could be hard work to clear out the clog, the blockage, the lockdown, okay? Because of those Capricorn frequencies that are kind of leaking into this, right? From the 10th house, Yeshua and Capricorn, Capella being very much kind of Capricorn oriented. This is why it can be effortless for you. If you engage the aspect of the Divine Mother known as Violet Tara. This is what I'm working with. This is what I have been working with through this entire Inanna Underworld journey. This is what I invited you, I think, back in April to start working with too during this period of time. The Inanna Underworld journey will be complete in August. And hopefully, if you have been working with Violet Tara and the Violet Fire, you will want to just continue that work. And so you can make the I am statements to invoke Violet Tara. I am the presence of Violet Tara. That's an invocation. Pouring forth the violet fire through my physical body, my emotional body, my mental body, and my causal body, through my entire quantum field, to dissolve and consume any remnant frequencies of the false belief that I require permission to receive the great opulence of Sophia-Christ, to have the wealth of Sophia-Christ made manifest in my hands for my use. Now, those are my words. You might want to write it down, pause and write it down, and then tap into your own Christos Sophia, right? Your own inner sun, and receive what the words for you, for your soul language are around that intention to dissolve and consume and clear out that blockage, right? That is going to be the most empowering and uplifting for you. Use your own language. This Mercury Superior Conjunction in Gemini will give you access to your soul language. How do I know that? because we've got this Gemini to Aquarius. Excuse me, I'm trying to find my mouse here. Where did you go? Come on, mouse. Hold on, I got to get back. There we go. Right, these Gemini to Aquarius frequencies of the grand air trine. Yes, Mercury is over here and not technically a part of the grand air trine, although remember what I said, the two are interlinked. They are informing each other. And Mercury is the ruler of Gemini. So regardless, right, this communication is very much allowing you to access your soul language. Remember, Pluto represents the soul. Access your soul language. Jupiter here as your inner guru, expanding access to your soul's vocabulary, your soul's language, whatever the light language of your soul translates to for you. You are receiving that. Okay. So this is the way in which you can effortlessly clear out the clog, the blockage, the lockdown. Okay. You've got to do it for you. You've got to come up with the I am statements. Remember, the sun as your inner sun is an extension of your higher divine self, your I am presence. There's no better perfect time than now. And through this entire Mercury synodic cycle, because it's in Leo, let me just give you quickly, I didn't put a slide in here, but let me just give you the dates of the 3 other events of this Mercury synodic cycle that you're going to want to track. Okay. July 21st. That's going to be the maximum evening elongation. You don't have to remember that part, but remember July 21st. It's going to happen around 27 degrees of Leo. August 18th. That's the Mercury inferior conjunction, right? Mercury and Sun together below the horizon. That is the most potent alchemical point of the entire Mercury synodic cycle, 27 degrees Leo. And then September 4th, that's going to be the maximum morning elongation. You don't have to remember that term either. 26 degrees. Why is that significant? 27 degrees, 27 degrees, 26 degrees. Do you see how each one of those events of this Leo Mercury synodic cycle is engaging not only this grand cross, because it's the superior conjunction, the first event is across from 27 degrees, right? But also the other 3 events over here at 26, 27 degrees is going to be making a trine, half of most allowance to all of those light codes, right, that are coming in. Light codes from source, from your higher mind, the light language codes that are higher frequencies coming in for you to be able to tap in to this higher frequency language. Now, let me tell you, this is incredible. Recently, my son and I watched this movie called Arrival, and Amy Adams and I think his name is Forrest Whitaker. I think Jeremy Renner is in it. Was unbelievable. If you've seen it, go back and watch it from this awareness heightening. If you haven't seen it, watch it from this awareness heightening. Not to give a spoiler alert here, but essentially a major underlying theme through that movie is to do with universal language. And when you're tapped into universal language, you are no longer in linear time space. You are now in non-linear time and space, right? 26, 27 degrees here, across from 26 to 27 degrees here. Learning this new language, which I believe this higher frequency language that's coming in, the light codes for this language is the frequencies of the universal language, taking us from being trapped in linear time to being able to navigate while fully embodied non-linear time. And so what you find happening, as it shows you in the movie, is that all of a sudden you're seeing in your mind things that are happening in the quote unquote future, Aquarius, things that are happening quote unquote in the past, Cancer, and now you're seeing all of it because it's all happening in the non-linear time, the non-linear space. There is no time, pardon me, in the non-linear space. Okay, this is huge. This is huge. And when I say that this ties into that September eclipse that's coming up, the first eclipse initiating the whole new eclipse series of Virgo Pisces right here, again, mastery point. This pipeline is going to be giving us access to universal consciousness, which includes universal language, right? So that brings me to my Sopha-Christ mentorship program. I highly encourage you to reach out to me about doing this Sopha-Christ mentorship program because things are escalating in our evolution at a momentum, at a pace that is like beyond light year fast is what I'm hearing, right? I had mentioned this to my soul sister, Wensong. We were having a discussion. Remember the first Star Wars movie where they get in this hunk of junk of a spacecraft that Han Solo has, and they're like, get her going, get her going, get her up. And then he flips this switch, and all of a sudden, it was a hyperdrive shift. Boom. This is how rapidly we are being evolved. This is how rapidly our expansion is going back to that 29 degrees of Neptune in Pisces. There are no boundaries. We are merging with the cosmos. Hyperdrive, right? So that's been my morning, starting with the cardinals that came to visit me from my soul, shape-shifting from my I am presence, right? The masculine and the feminine. Just as incredible, to receiving that download on my return trip from the ranch as I was contemplating how can I build the momentum. Invoke Violet Tara to clear all of the blockages, all of the obstacles by dissolving and consuming it with the violet fire. Fire builds momentum. This is another reason why I'm saying please use the presence of violet tar, which is an aspect of your own self, and that violet fire, which is a gift from Saint Germain, an ascended master. Please do. I will put the link for the Sophia-Christ Mentorship Program below, as well as the link to my video journal on Sedna. Before I say goodbye, let me just say here, from my heart to yours, may you quickly attain enlightenment in order to work ceaselessly for the liberation of all sentient beings. And so I want to say thank you for sticking with me through this whole video journal that was completely impromptu, because I was so excited to share what I experienced this morning. This is my YouTube channel, the Rosewell Mystery School. Please give this video journal a like. Please subscribe and click on the bell so that you'll know when I am sending out new content. And if you've received anything worthwhile from this video journal and you would like to support me in my work, if you would like to buy me a coffee, this is the link to do that. I would be most appreciative. Maybe you will be one of the first manifestations of how that great opulence is starting to show up through me. So until the next time, all my love, heart to heart. I will put the link up here to the, or down there, I'm not sure, because it's all backwards for me. And I tend to be a little dyslexic, but somewhere, one of these corners at the bottom, there will be the link to the video on the fire element upgrade. If you haven't seen it, you've got to see it. All right. I'm sending all my love to you. Take good care. Bye-bye.